Hey team. All right, so let's talk about homework. Tonight you're going to read Act 3, scenes 4 and 5. All right. And I'm sure you figured out that we're really at the point in the play where, like, every scene, something really, really important happens. So you want to make sure that you're keeping up with it because we're going to be talking about it in class. We're going to be moving forward. So you want to make sure that you know what we're actually talking about. All right, so today we're gonna watch Act 3, Scenes 2 and 3. It's about 6 minutes long. And then we're gonna take a really close look at the word night. And I'll kind of walk you through that when we get there, okay? All right, so in yesterday's scene, just a refresher, that's when we saw the big fight, right? So Tybalt challenged Romeo. Romeo wouldn't fight. Mercutio was like, oh, F this, I'll do it. Mercutio and Tybalt start fighting. Romeo tries to separate them, and Tybalt tries to go in and kill Romeo, but instead he kills Mercutio, right? Romeo gets super pissed, and he goes after Tybalt and kills Tybalt, right? So what we're going to see today is the nurse tells Juliet that Romeo killed Tybalt, and Juliet's really upset. Of course, that's her cousin, right? She loves Tybalt. And she thinks that Romeo's banishment is the worst thing ever. We're not actually going to see that part in the play because they just didn't film it. So, where we're going to jump in is when Friar Lawrence tells Romeo that he should consider himself lucky that he's only been exiled, right? He could have been put to death. And Romeo is like, no, this is worse than death because I have to live without Juliet. Like, she's my wife. She's the person I love. I have to live without her. So while they're having this conversation, the nurse arrives, and Romeo is worried that Juliet hates him now because he killed her cousin Tybalt. And Friar Lawrence is like, dude, suck it up. You're alive. She loves you. You need to stop whining, right? And then Friar Lawrence comes up with a plan. Romeo's going to go to Juliet, spend the night with her, just so they can be together one more time. And then in the morning, he needs to go to the nearby town of Mantua because if he gets caught in Verona, in their city, he's going to be shot on sight, right? So he has to get out of there before anybody sees him. And then in this scene, the nurse also gives Romeo Juliet's wedding ring. And that is really helpful for Romeo because it helps him understand that, like, Juliet is sad about Tybalt and she's upset, but she still loves him. She still wants to be with him. So go ahead and pause this video, go watch that, and then come back here and I'll walk you through how to do what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the word night, and we're looking at both spellings, N-I-G-H-T and K-N-I-G-H-T. And then there are some questions that we're going to do with that as well. So you're going to go into your iLearn for today, and you should be looking at this worksheet, okay? And we put the text in here for you so that you don't really have to worry about, like, going back and forth, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is circle all the places where Shakespeare uses the word night. You can do whatever you want, change them into a different color, draw a circle around them. You want to just mark them somehow. Okay, so I'm going to go through and do run through this, and then we'll do, a question or two together. Okay, so Juliet says, and I'm going to read the original text. Juliet says, "Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, toward Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring the cloudy night immediately." Okay, there's my first one. I'm going to pause. I'm going to highlight it here, and then I'm going to go to this little paintbrush, the highlight color, and I want purple, so I'm going to pick purple. Okay. Ooh, actually, that's kind of hard to see, so I'm not going to do purple. Maybe I'm going to do blue. Okay, so that's the easiest way to do it. That's what I would do if I were you. It's really up to you, though. Okay. "Spread thy close curtain, love performing night." Ooh, another one. All righty. Let me do the same process again. Okay, got it. "Spread thy close curtain, love performing night, that runaway eyes may wink, and Romeo leap into these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers concede to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Okay, I'm gonna highlight it again. She's using this word a lot. All right, so that's 3. I've done 3. Okay, I'm expecting you to go through the rest of her speech and to do that. I'm not going to do it just because I'm pretty sure you got the hang of it from here. Okay, if it helps, you might also want to go through and do it on this side, because this is the translation side and that's the side that's probably going to make a little more sense to us. So I would actually do it on both sides because that's really going to help you out. Okay, and then when you've done that, you're going to come down here and you're going to answer the questions, and they're pretty straightforward. So, what are some of the different associations or meanings of the word night? So, like when you hear the word night, what does it mean? Or when you hear the word night, what associations do you have with that? What comes up for you? What does it make you think of, right? So maybe it makes you think of stars, maybe it makes you think of darkness, right? So you're going to pick 2 of the ones that she uses in here, and you're going to explain them. Okay. Then I'm asking you, she talks about night a lot. Why does she does that? Why does she do that? What does it add to the scene? Why is night significant for Romeo and Juliet in this scene? And what do you think her using that word so much might predict? Okay. If you run into problems or have questions, let me know and I'll help you as usual.